All right, we'll get started with Katie.
Hey, Evan. At this point in the season, how beneficial is a bye week, both mentally and physically?
It's extremely beneficial. Gives you a chance to kind of rest your mind, rest your body. It also gives you a chance to, work on the things that you want to fine tune and get better at. And just overall, just, take that time to just relax, regroup, but also get better as a team.
We'll go to Charlie.
Hey, Evan, you mentioned work on things to improve. Just what's maybe an area or areas you think you guys need to improve in order to finish the final stretch this season strong?
I believe we just need to continue to just finish, work on finishing. I feel like finishing is a big thing for us. And that's definitely been an emphasis that's been pushed by leadership, especially this week. Like I say, we're viewing this week as a work week while also taking time to, recover ourselves. But, the work comes first. So I just feel like finishing.
Nick Kelly.
Yeah, as an offensive line, in terms of communication, something that Coach Saban has mentioned that something need to be worked on throughout the season. Where do you feel like that's at right now in terms of communication between you guys, and how can you guys continue to improve that?
I feel like we're getting better. We definitely came a long way. This offensive line, we were all on the same team last year, but there's new faces in different spots and, different components. So I feel like as the season progressed, we are progressively getting better from a communication standpoint. I feel like we're getting better in that area too. We just need to make sure we're all on the same page. And pretty much.
Michael.
It was getting pretty hazy in the stadium Saturday night. Could you guys on the field smell and feel the smoke coming from the crowd?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It was like a bonfire, man. I almost got a headache.
Was it distracting, or you guys you enjoying that, that smell?
I enjoyed the secondhand smoke. I'm not gonna lie, a good little nicotine buzz before we got to smoke a cigar.
Mike.
On that note, just wanted to ask about sacks. Actually, I know the number is probably a little bit higher than it was at this point last year. Just
Sure.
How can you get better in that area, and what sort of areas are you working on to improve there?
We just got to continue to improve, man. Obviously, no one wants to give up sacks, but we just got to keep taking it one play at a time and continue to just, try to get better. I feel like us being on the same page more and, ironing out our communication, I feel like that'll help, but we just got to keep taking it day by day and just keep trying to work our best to get better.
Tony.
Yeah, Evan, it seems like on some of Bryce's runs, you could be blocking for anywhere up to 10 seconds. Do you get winded, and what's your mindset like on some of those extended runs when he's just kind of scrambling in the pocket?
I'm not to say I'm winded, man. At some point, when he takes off, I'm kind of just left watching because I'm like, all right, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to hold the guy. So it's kind of exciting. He kind of surprised me. I didn't know he was that shifty, man. So he kind of surprised me.
Steven.
Yeah.
Evan, how much fun is it to feed off the energy of the crowd at Bryant-Denny against Tennessee? It seemed like the crowd was really into it from start to finish.
Man, it was amazing, man. Every game needs to be like that. Like I said, we do have an electrifying stadium. I love our fans. I wouldn't trade them for the world. So we just need to continue to keep packing out our stadium and keep going crazy in there.
Charlie.
You guys are obviously off this weekend, but this weekend is also Coach Saban's 70th birthday. I know you guys probably won't be together for this weekend, but do you have anything planned to maybe celebrate and honor him?
Oh, no, I don't have anything planned, but usually for his birthday, on the day of his birthday, we usually have a team meeting and they'll have birthday hats and kazoos and cupcakes and all that stuff, and we'll sing happy birthday to him. So that's always kind of been a pretty special moment for us.
Katie.
On the note of Coach Saban's birthday, since it's kind of a big one for him, what was one of the reasons you wanted to come play for Coach Saban, and then how do you think that's paid off for you?
I wanted to come play for Coach Saban because the process he had here. I feel like it's paid off dividends. It's made me, a more hardworking person, a more disciplined person, and it's just a blessing to be able to be here, man, around these amazing people, man. It's just a blessing.
Tony.
Hey, you mentioned singing to Nick Saban. We've seen Daniel Wright kind of take the stage the last few years. Is there anybody else on the team that kind of rivals him in terms of voice?
I don't know. They very well may be. He probably may just be too shy to come forward. But I don't know. We have some talented guys on this team. Probably have a lot of, special hidden talent. So you never know.
Any more questions for Evan? Okay, thank you, Evan.
All right.
Cameron will be next. We'll start with Katie. Go ahead, Katie.
Cameron, obviously on a bye week, you practice less. You're not preparing specifically for an opponent. But how much of a break really is a bye week, or is it just kind of a different week for y'all?
We're not going to take it as a break. We're not playing an opponent this week, so we're just going to focus on building what we need to work on, offense and defensively. But offensively, we're going to come together as a unit and just focus on that.
Charlie.
You talk about things you need to work on. Just as an offense, as a team, what do you think is an area or areas you guys need to improve in order to finish the way you want to?
One thing we try to do is finish the game on a strong note. We did that versus Tennessee, but also pre-snap penalties, things that we can control. That's what we need to work on.
Michael.
I asked Evan about this, but did you how much could you guys smell the cigar smoke down on the sideline or on the field in the fourth quarter of that game Saturday?
Yeah, it was very noticeable. There was a lot of smoke everywhere.
Follow-up questions? Go ahead, Katie.
This is something I asked Evan about, but with Saban kind of having a big milestone birthday this weekend, what's one of the reasons you wanted to come play for Coach Saban, and then what are some things you've learned from him?
It's kind of a cliche answer, but he's just the best in the game. I wanted to learn from the best, obviously, and grow as a player, and also move away to an area where I could do that myself. And the one thing I learned is probably that your mindset when you play the game, you can't be emotional. You got to just prepare for the game and trust that instead of being emotional or too emotional.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Obviously, pass protection might be an area you want to focus on, not you specifically, but the offense. But as a guy that's out in a route a lot of the times, how do you think just blocking in general can improve for you guys?
That's really not. I don't know how to answer that question. Because.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, what have you seen from Robbie Utes? Not only as a tight end, but he also has that role as the fullback. And I guess what have you seen from him this season?
Robbie, I love Robbie. Robbie comes to work every day. Yes, sir. Mentality just to help the offense as a unit, and he has a good role in coming in at fullback and just blowing up anything he sees. And he accepted that role, and he's learning every day and getting better.
Stephen.
Cam, what's something you've picked up from Bill O'Brien just 8 games in? What have he taught you the most so far?
I'm sorry, say that again.
On Bill O'Brien, just 8 games in, what has he taught you the most so far as the OC?
I'll say, one thing he's told me is he created the seam route. He made the seam route what it is. So I say that's what I learned from him. And he's a very I just like being coached by Coach O'Brien. I'm just really making a joke, but I like everything he's done because, yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, how would you assess the way you guys tight ends in the passing game? How would you assess the way you guys have played in the first 8 games of the year?
I think we've played pretty solid. We just have some things to work on, and that's what we're going to do this week. And we're gonna I want to say, my bad. We're gonna grow from what we just seen these last 8 weeks and grow from there.
Charlie.
With Bryce's scrambling ability, how much does your role change as soon as he kind of gets out the pocket and starts to move with his legs? And how efficient has he been in that regard in these last couple games?
As a receiver, or someone that catches the ball, you want to get in his vision when he scrambles. So you just got to just have a mentality that the whole route is shut down, just get in his vision so that he can get the ball off for it.
Final questions for Cameron. Thank you, Cameron.
Appreciate it.
Okay, with some of the breakdowns you guys had in coverage against Tennessee, looking back at the film, like what are some things you guys think you can improve on or work on going forward based off what you saw there?
I guess just our mental intensity throughout the game, and just having better focus out there on the field and knowing situations and down the distance and things like that.
Charlie.
Outside of what Nick just brought up, is there a specific area or areas you guys want to focus on to improve during the bye week?
I would say all aspects. I think we have to get better at overfield tackles and things like that, and communicating and not having mental errors. I think that's what's really hurting us right now. But I feel like there's still some things we're doing good in the game and things like that. So, yeah.
Michael.
What was it like trying to play in the fourth quarter with all the cigar smoke in the stadium?
To be honest, to me, it was a little hard because I have asthma and stuff. So I was out there coughing and it was getting in my lungs a little bit and things like that. But it was cool. It was cool to see that was my first time experiencing that in Bryant-Denny. And it was cool to see all the fans excited that we was going to win.
Mike.
You kind of touched on it in some of your earlier answers there, but when there's a string of like 6 3-and-outs that the defense is, holding Tennessee to, and then you give up a touchdown real quick, just what do you think is to blame there, just from maybe a mental aspect of going into that drive?
I wouldn't say blame. I would just say that everybody has to continue to be consistent throughout the throughout the game, and always stay locked into the game and things like that. I just feel like that's our biggest focus right now as a secondary.
Katie.
I already asked the other guys about this, but since Coach Saban has a big milestone birthday coming up this weekend, what's one of the reasons you wanted to come play for him? And then how do you think that decision's paid off for you?
Just because I know he's a tough coach, and I know he's going to pull everything out of me and make me a better man on the field and off the field. So that's really the real reason I chose to play for Coach Saban.
Nick.
Yeah, speaking of his birthday, 70 is a big number. You guys do anything special to celebrate the 70th for him?
I have no idea. My mama's birthday that day too, so I'm probably gonna be spending time with her.
Any follow-up questions for Malachi? Okay, thank you, Malachi.